and decide if you want to be King Von, Lil Loaded, YW Nelly, NBA Youngboy.
Business made the beat, I wonder what we're gonna be reacting today to, man. So it's a beautiful day. Got my tea out. Oh sure. What is this? Hold up for a second. I drink some of that tea real quick, Woo! Settle that down right there, boy. What's good, you? Wait, hold up for a minute. What's good, YouTube? What's good, potentials? What's good, sneaky gang? How y'all doing? Hope y'all been sneaking and creeping, staying healthy and wealthy, baby. Growing with motion and flowing with the ocean. It's your boy. If you don't know, but you need to know now, if you clicked on the channel and you don't know who it is, let me tell you who it is. It's your boy, Sneaky West State. Back here again with a what? Another reaction video. Hey, I know. We're going to be reacting to new evidence played in court confirms the rapper will die in prison. You know, as much as tay-k, we hear him, it just sucks, man. He did what he did when he was young, but they got at least, and it sucks because it's just like, if I say what I say, people gonna be like, he can't go around killing old people, beating up old people, and shooting out however he feels like he wants to do. Because he really did what he did. But enough of what I'm saying. Let's get into the clip and say what they have to say about Mr. tay-k will die in prison.
Rapper tay-k's girlfriend testimony today in court pretty much confirms with me that he's going to die in prison. Now the thing with tay-k is he already got convicted on one murder. He got sentenced to 55 years in jail. He's currently fighting another murder.
Doug, the jury deliberated for a little longer than 3 hours today here before deciding on that 55-year sentence. That song that raised the profile of Tamor tay-k McIntyre in the end also likely played a role in that prison sentence. Tamor McIntyre ever so slightly rolled his head to the side as a judge announced his 55-year prison sentence for the murder of Ethan Walker. The decision came 2 years after tay-k rapped in his song The Race that there was a case he couldn't beat.
I think it was part of a career move that went wrong.
The song was certified platinum for the 19-year-old, but prosecutors argued it was also an example of the teen's character. They urged the jury to consider it when deciding on a sentence for the 2016 home invasion and robbery where Walker was killed. And afterward, Walker's parents said every lyric had their son's blood on it.
Even though tay-k...
Here's the thing. Yes, it's bad that tay-k did what he did. But the man was younger. He was young and dumb. And now that he's been sitting in prison for some time, I think the man has learned his lesson. I'm not saying, justice needs to be served with him. Well, yeah, justice needs to be served with him sitting in jail. But for that long, for him to just die in there, come on, bro. It wasn't right for him to kill the person. No. A lot of people are going to be like, well, you lose somebody from this menace to society and then say, yeah, let him be free and walk the streets again. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I might slightly be saying that, but here's the thing. I feel like people deserve a second chance, If you know you're screwed up, you deserve a second chance. Don't just bang on their head with a hammer and say, okay, you dead, this one's tough, it's really tough, I'm kind of looking at both sides with this tay-k. Your mess is kind of too deep for people to kind of pass to the side,
tay-k had already been sentenced to 55 years in jail for one murder. There was still a chance that he could get out. because the sentencing a lot of people was calling unethical. Because tay-k got more time in prison than a person who actually pulled the trigger and shot and killed this man in the home evasion. People like Charleston White, who is hard on criminals, he would take to social media to say that tay-k needs to be free, that his sentencing was unethical, and he will say that he supports tay-k.
I talked to his sister. Y'all want to help him, homie. You see a big change in him. He was unfairly sentenced to 55 years. The plea they offered the first time was still unjust. The first charge, homie, he got more than a shooter, and he wasn't even a shooter. He ran out the room, but because he made that song.
Don't ask me why people
what
support tay-k. It's hip hop, bro. Taking somebody's life unjustly, you are a hero before you become a villain in hip hop for doing such a thing. Now there was still hope because tay-k was 15 or 16 years old at the time. He was not the shooter, and there was still hope out there that the prosecutors.
To this whole entire time, we actually thought the dude actually shot and killed somebody. But to tell me now that he's not the shooter? What? Oh, no, bro. No, bring the bro out of jail, bro. Hold up. We don't know what his second charge is, though. Just because, bro, he not like YW Nelly, though. YW Nelly killed two of his friends and wrote the song. This dude just wrote the song but didn't kill nobody? What? Oh, no, bruh. What?
Instructing the jury to take art that he created in terms of the song while he was on the run, to take that into consideration when sentencing him. People just felt like that was a tad bit too harsh. And at maximum, he should have gotten the same time the shooter got in this case. Or at least, the same time as other people who have similar roles at him in the particular home evasion. So while people were trying to figure that out, while people were still having hope out, his other murder trial started. Now, tay-k was given a plea deal before this murder trial started, but he rejected the plea deal.
Right. Today's the plea deadline date. So is the plea being
Rejected, Your Honor.
all right? So we'll need a jury trial date. I'm going to recall this. We're going to recall this for March 11th. And at that time, you will be given your jury trial date.
Okay. That'll work, Your Honor.
All right. So if you all can make sure you confer off docket to see what's a good date that works for everybody's schedule. I don't do special settings in this court, but I will take in consideration the fact that it's a date that you all have decided on.
100%, that's the worst mistake he ever made in his life. Well, other than participating in homicides. Because trial has started and tay-k is absolutely cooked. I'm talking about, bruh. At this point, I don't even think they need to continue trial anymore, bruh. He is cooked. So, the opening statement started and they ran us through what the accusations. And we really got to see how cold-blooded the nature of what we are experiencing is. This isn't your average murder. This isn't the average heat of the moment, at the club, pop somebody, run away. No, this is tay-k scheming, conniving, being just super diabolical, and taking a life that didn't have to be taken. So they will start off by saying that tay-k actually contacted the victim to come and help shoot some things for him. The victim was a photographer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take you back to April 23rd, 2017. When Lucy Salvador woke up that morning, she did not realize it was going to be the last day she talked to her son, Mark Salvador, but saw him alive. She spoke to him that day in the afternoon at the house, and Mark was excited. He had a rapper that contacted him about doing a photo shoot. Tamor McIntyre, tay-k47, or tay-k, here in San Antonio, Texas. He was excited. His passion was photography. His passion was taking photographs and wanted to make that his career. He was young. He was just 20 years old. Tamor McIntyre was almost 17 years old. He was an up-and-coming rapper that contacted Mark about this photo shoot. And when Tamor came over to pick up Mark from his house, at his mother's house, Mark went outside with his backpack and his camera, very definable white type camera, ran off to this car down the street, a black Kia. Little did he know he was getting into that car, and then we'd be
Hold on.
be falling off that car later on, shot by this individual that's sitting right over there.
Their plans the entire
Damn.
time was to rob this kid. Now, it was unclear if it was specific to him, if they really wanted to rob him specifically, or if they just went online to find any cameraman ready to work so they could rob him. But that's what they did. And when he hopped in the car, he's hopping in super excited. He want to work. He want to really expand his portfolio. Whole time he's hopping in a car filled with vultures, filled with spawns of Satans. And when he hopped in the car, almost immediately they began to try to rob him. Now, this is a kid who came from poverty. This is a kid who don't got much to his name. This camera is the only thing he got to eat. So he's protecting this camera with his life.
When he got to that car, he got in the back passenger seat. It's a four-door Kia. Tamor McIntyre was in the front passenger seat. Joanna Reyes was driving the vehicle. A good buddy of tay-k's was in the back seat and scooted over to the middle, Jalen Bell. And then also there was a Jeremiah Rodriguez in the back seat. When they drove away, they proceeded over to 410 and McCullough, across the street from North Star Mall here in San Antonio, Texas. When they were at the intersection, an altercation began at that point. This man right over here pulled out a gun and turned around and started hitting with fist and also with the gun, telling him, "Give me your stuff, give me your stuff, give me that backpack." They're wrestling for the backpack. At that point, Jalen Bell also wants to get involved in this. He's a bigger guy, a lot bigger than tay-k. He's in that back seat with Mark. They start beating him and trying to take away his backpack.
tay-k is the scum of the earth, bro. tay-k is the scum of the earth, man. He's disgusting.
You know, it's sad because I do want to see the brother shine and grow and elevate, but it's just like, bro, you're gonna rob somebody that decided to come do a video shoot for you, like a camera shoot. Yo, that is messed up. Why the like what was you thinking that this was how it was gonna go down? We were just gonna rob the dude and he was just gonna give it to us easily? He's not gonna fight back? tay-k, what the hell, bro? And then you hitting the guy with a gun? Bro, this is not a movie or a video game, bro. This is reality. You cannot just go around here hitting dudes with a gun, punching them, and trying to rob them when they're trying to do something for you. That's sad, bro. That is very sad.
This man is a demon in human form, y'all. Really think about it for a second, y'all. This interaction that we just witnessed is at the root of every problem in the hood that you could think of.
Mm-hmm.
Every problem. A
Yep.
crime issue, an education issue, every single issue that you think affects the hood can be breaking down to an interaction like this one, where a kid who with a promising future crosses paths with a kid with not a promising future. A kid who is destined to make a change in his environment and a kid who is destined to bring destruction to his environment. And usually when they cross paths, the kid who is supposed to change the hood up, the kid who is destined to change his family life and bring generational wealth to his environment, that kid usually ends up passing away, or that kid usually ends up getting the short end of the stick. And what happens is more times than not, when they cross paths, the kids who is destined to bring destruction to the hood, they usually win when they cross paths. And that's why the hood right now has all the issues you could think of. because demons like tay-k continues to take out the kids with a promising future.
His passion is in that backpack. His photography, his career. tay-k gets that backpack away from him. Jalen Bell is still hitting and kicking and pushing Mark. They're at a stoplight. There are people parked around them at that stoplight, witnessing what's going on. Because this happened at 5 o'clock on a Sunday.
Jeez.
In broad daylight. At some point, Mark gets kicked out of the car. They slam that back door. They won't let him back in the car. Help! 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 He's yelling. What he loved is in that car, his camera. Give me my things! Give me my things! He knows the light's about to turn green.
A lot of people would judge this kid for not just walking away with his life. But this kid came from abstract poverty. This kid was really poor. His parents even told a story of how much he saved up to get that camera equipment. So that was his life. That kid was thinking about, yo, bro, if this goes away, I have nothing else left to my name. I have nothing else to live for. This is my passion. So you're about to hear how much this kid fought. He fought, he fought, he fought to the very end, including hopping on the car, bro.
Damn.
While the car is speeding, hopping on the car to just not letting go. That's how much that backpack meant to this kid, bro. And a demon like tay-k probably wanted to sell it for a pack of Zaza and some size 28 Amiris. Demons like this, more times than not, kill the dreams of the bright spots in these environments.
tay-k, did you really just do all that just to buy Amiris and sell to get some pack of weed? You do know you can go work to get that, right? You do know you can hustle to get that, right? You don't have to rob somebody else off of their property stuff to actually sell to get those Amiris and a pound of weed. You don't have to do that. If that's what you really did, tay-k, I'm sorry, but you deserve to stay in prison. You deserve to stay in prison. Continue.
But people like tay-k is who y'all root for. Is who y'all would say free him. People like tay-k is who y'all are out here doing campaigns for to come home. This dude is a devil.
He's frantic. He runs to the front. He jumps on the hood. One of the biggest mistakes of his life, or rather, last part of his life. Joanne Reyes is driving that vehicle. The light turns green. They drive through that stoplight. It's a Sunday afternoon. Right across the street, or highway from North Star Mall, there's a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. They pull into that Chick-fil-A parking lot. She slams on the brakes. Mark sort of stands up. Looks like he's stomping on the windshield. But then that car jerks, and he falls. You'll see that passenger door open up, the front passenger door open up. But this man over here was sitting with that gun. He leans out. He shoots Mark. Through the shoulder, goes across his body, exits a little bit out of his lower back. He falls to the ground. The car reverses and takes off from the scene. You'll see several people run up and try to help Mark. But that bullet crossed his body. It hit his spine, his both lungs. If he would have been on the best medical gurney in the world, he wouldn't have survived that shot.
So they ditched the vehicle and got out of town. When the police located the vehicle, they found identifying information to identify that these nincompoops was in the vehicle. They had identifying information on tay-k and like 3 other people. Now, one of the people that they discovered, or they identified to be in the vehicle is tay-k's girlfriend at the time. Now, that girlfriend is apparently testifying against tay-k, and she took this stand to essentially throw tay-k under the bus and let us know that tay-k is 100% guilty.
Who was in the front passenger seat of the vehicle at that time?
Tamor.
What did you observe Tamor McIntyre do from the front passenger seat?
He shot up.
How did Tamor, did he exit the vehicle or did he roll the window down? How did he shoot?
Yeah, he opened the door and leaned out on one leg.
Now, do you see the person that shot Mark Anthony Saldivar in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Would you please point to him and identify him by the article of clothing he was wearing?
He's wearing a white shirt.
Thank you. Let the record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant, Tamor McIntyre. Now, I need to back up a little bit, and I apologize. When you all were at, where did Mark's backpack end up?
And Jalen had it.
Well, I'm gonna back up a little bit back to the stoplight on McCullough, okay? Did Tamor ever gain Mark's backpack at any point?
Yes.
Okay, and when was that?
And when they were fighting him.
Okay. And
tay-k was 16.
See, tay-k, this is what I mean. This is uncalled for nonsense. And this is why you're going to spend time in prison for the rest of your life. You decided to rob a kid. First, look, let me just say this. First, you didn't want to take the plea deal, which was stupid. You should have taken it. Everybody that gets a nice plea deal takes a nice plea deal. Whether it's good, bad, your lawyers are telling you, hey, this is what it's going to be if you don't take this plea deal. Hey, if you take this plea deal, this is how it's going to work. And you chose to reject the plea deal. That was a mistake. Because now you're sitting in trial thinking, I'm going to beat the case. Bro, you fought a kid for his backpack. And then, instead of you to give it back to him when he was on the car and he got off the car, you decided to open the door and shoot him like you some type of thug. tay-k, whatever happens to you, I'm sorry, but you damn well deserve it. I didn't even know that full story. We're here, from, I think it's from 2019 all the way to now. We've heard stories that tay-k killed an older person, tay-k had a feud with this person, tay-k did this. We've heard that tay-k been doing a whole lot of stuff, but we didn't really know what tay-k was really doing. Up till now, we know what tay-k is really doing. tay-k done all these little side hustle hits and runs just to come and find out tay-k really did something bad. Just to find out. We all praising tay-k. He should come out, He didn't really do what he was supposed to do, and it's the what is that he didn't was supposed to do, huh? What is that? Because the fact of the matter is, this man is fighting over someone for a backpack. For a backpack. Oh no, you're not getting the backpack. Give me that. Hold on. Give me the backpack. Give me the backpack. No. Give me that. No. tay-k, are you damn serious? Over a backpack? What you need that was so bad? You couldn't go buy you a backpack? You couldn't go buy you a camera? You couldn't buy yourself a Miri? You couldn't buy yourself a pound of weed? tay-k! And then, not to mention, hold up for a second. Not to mention, you hop out the car. Hold on. Not to mention, you hop out the car, tay-k. Look at him like this, tay-k, and then go, bing. Tay-k. Tay-k. You want to get out so bad. You don't want to be in prison, tay-k. But then you go do stupid like this. Tay-k. You tell the public what you think. You should be in prison? Hmm? Tell us what you think, tay-k. Should you be in prison? And my bad, sneaky gang and potentials. I know that the video might not be done. Yeah, it might not be done. But it gotta be addressed.
At the time, he just caught his first body. Was he shooken up after catching his first body? No. Was he distraught? No. Was he frozen? No. Was he unhappy? No. As a matter of fact, it was the opposite. We will find out that this demon, after taking the life of somebody who did nothing to him, the only thing this dude did to tay-k, bruh, was he had his camera and didn't want to let it go. So when tay-k and them got to the Mexican restaurant afterwards, tay-k was not only like indifferent, no, he was actually happy, exhilarated. They was actually celebrating the fact that tay-k just caught his first body and they was high-fiving.
When you get to the Mexican restaurant, what happens?
I parked the vehicle, and then they started getting out of the vehicle, and then I got out of the vehicle, and they were going through the backpack, and then also going through his wallet, throwing things out.
And so you said, do you know where Mark Saldivar's backpack was at this time?
Jalen had it.
And regarding Mark Saldivar's belongings, who did you observe with Mark Saldivar's wallet?
Jalen.
Okay, do you know if there was anything inside of the wallet?
He had got upset because there was only $10.
When you say he got upset, who are you referring to?
Jalen.
Can you please describe to the jury the demeanor of Tamor McIntyre and Jalen Bell at the Mexican restaurant once you all got off the vehicle?
They were kind of going back and forth, and then Jalen applauded him and gave him a high five, and they high fived each other, and Jalen said, "You caught your first body."
Can you describe to the jury how you were feeling?
They also have a multitude of 4K footage that ties tay-k to the crime scene, ties him to the vehicle, ties him to this crime. So on top of physical evidence, they now have a first-hand eyewitness who was in the vehicle with them, who drove them to the Mexican restaurant testifying that tay-k did this and she witnessed him do it. tay-k, it's over for you, bro. tay-k is done, bro. There's a 0% chance that tay-k makes his way out of this situation. It's over with, right? The story of tay-k is officially over with. It's done. As a matter of fact, bro, listen, I feel like tay-k is getting off light. Right? Having to do life in prison is light work, man.
Yeah.
You deserve the death penalty for this. This is levels of evil that I think very few people is able to accomplish.
Facts.
tay-k is a demon, a spawn of Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you got?
You know, the fact that the girl said that she was driving, why did you drive for the kid to be hanging on the steering? Well, not the steering, but the car. That's dangerous. What if he died and tay-k didn't shoot him? You would have got the death penalty. You would have got the death penalty. You would have got the death penalty for that. So to stand on stage on the platform on the stand and say, "Oh yeah, tay-k did this, tay-k did that." Okay, yeah, but you are 100% guilty. This is why I don't understand people that participate in a crime. Why do you participate when you know it's wrong? The first time you start doing it and you witness what's wrong, why continue? They're hitting the dude in the car and you don't say to them, "Hey, I thought we're doing a photo shoot. Why are we robbing him and trying to hit him? You don't say none of that. You in the driver's seat quiet and still driving while this is happening. So you basically accepted your fate. And tay-k himself, you know, how dude said, you deserve the death penalty. You don't deserve life in prison. They're only being nice to you to give you life in prison to just say, hey, you're going to spend all your days, all your years, all your birthdays in this cell. Forget the outside world. You're never going to see what's going to happen the outside world. You're never going to see what's going to happen for years to change. You're going to sit in this cell and realize what you did and how you took other people's lives. That's what he's going to do for the rest of his life. He could have had a great career, but he decided that he was going to keep shooting and killing people and think there was no consequence. So, enjoy your life in prison, tay-k, because this is crazy. You keep trying to go to court to fight for justice. You know how many videos we've seen of tay-k trying to go to court, fight for justice, and they're saying the same thing. He shot this person and killed that person. You know, this is why when we tell youngins, don't be thinking you're going to be shooting and catching bodies. You're not King Von. You're not NBA Youngboy. You're not YW Nelly. You're not tay-k. And damn for sure, you're not Jay the Youngin. You're not Lil Loaded. Lil Loaded took his life because Lil Loaded realized how many people he killed. And then it was like, he'll be next. So in order for him not to be next, you know what bro did? It wasn't because of what happened with his girlfriend. No. They only threw that to disregard why he actually killed his life. Because what the hell? We gonna take a life because a girl decides that she's not gonna be with us? Come on. We too strong for that now. Come on. No, Lil Loaded killed himself because he realized how many people he killed. And he knew he was gonna be next to die. So what did he do? He did what cowards would do, you know? Take out their own life. Like youngins, look at these stories very closely. Because there's no reason why people just throw out stories and say, oh, it's just a story. Look at these stories very closely and decide if you want to be King Von, Lil Loaded, YW Nelly, NBA Youngboy, tay-k, Jay the Youngin, who have I not saying? Julio, damn, you guys know who I'm talking about. Julio. And there's some other people out there too. Well, what's the new name that we looking at? Young Breezy. Killing Mo 3. For what? Blueface almost tried to do it. But that's why Young Boy was making fun of him on a phone call saying you ain't strong enough to do it. Because Blueface don't want to do it. Who the hell want to spend life in prison, knowing they killed somebody over some stupid nonsense that they could have just talked over? Nobody. That's what I'm telling you, youngins. Watch what you're doing. Watch how you act. Not everything means retaliation. Retaliation with the tongue, to just talk and get to a better understanding, but not retaliation with give me this, with the gun. There's no point. But hey, potentials, subscribe, Sneaky Gang and potentials. Like the video, comment down below what you think of tay-k and his menace activities as when he was coming up, in his life, and if you think he deserves the death penalty instead of being life in prison. But it's your boy Sneaker West Star, and I'm out. See y'all soon in the next reaction video. We're gonna try to figure out we really trying to figure out something as the summertime hits, because I know people want something different and they want to see something different. We're gonna get to that, don't worry, we're gonna get to that. But like I said, I'll see y'all soon. Peace. Take care, man.